After Tranmere secured their fate and got themselves promoted to League One, we now know the 24 teams that will make up the 2019-2020 League Two campaign. But what do the bookmakers think? Let's take a little sneak peek at what they have early doors for the promotion race. That's right, folks, back once again with another video, this time looking at the 2019-2020 League 2 campaign, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things League 2 related, Blackburn Rovers related, all football related. We're going to all hear under one roof. Now, what we're going to do here is take a sneak peek look at what the bookmakers think for League 2 early doors. Obviously, we've got a long way to go. The season doesn't start till August, but they've already released their odds, who they think will be promoted to League One for the 2020-2021 campaign. So we'll have a look at them in a second. Now, I want to stress that these are not my predictions. I'll make my own separate prediction video towards the back end of July as to who I think. Now, obviously, things are going to change between now, which is the 29th of May. These are the odds of the 29th of May. So things can change over the next few weeks. And what I'm going to do on the channel is bring you an update video on the 29th of June, and then get further again, another update on the 29th of July. See how those odds have changed, and we can kind of see what has made those changes. Obviously, the fixtures are going to get released in mid-June, transfers are going to happen, managers will come and go, all that kind of good stuff. So let's waste no more further ado and take a little look at what William Hill think will happen this season. They have got currently bottom of the pops and expected to go down Morecambe. That's right, with 66-1 odds for them to go all out and get themselves promoted to League One. It's a long shot for them, a long shot for everybody really, because there's a whole bunch of teams in the next section, but undoubtedly the complete underdogs is Morecambe at 66-1. Then we have a next cluster, a whole batch of boys. 3 teams there, 50-1, and they are Grimsby, obviously Sol Campbell's, Macclesfield, and Crawley Town. I know Macclesfield just kept their heads above water last time out. He says he's going to stick around a little bit unless things happen out of his control. I think there was a bit of a disagreement with him releasing the knowledge about the current bank balance and all that kind of stuff for the club. It kind of disgruntled a few folks out there. So hopefully he will stick around and have a good crack at it, and maybe surprise us all and push Macclesfield further up the table. Then we have obviously Grimsby as well, who've recently, within the past few seasons, got themselves promoted from non-league up into League Two. Then we have Cambridge, Port Vale, Stevenage, and Cheltenham, all at 33-1. Stevenage, I know they were knocking on the door as well, top half for a good part of the season, as well as Cheltenham. I'm not too sure where they ended up, if my memory serves me correctly. So 33-1 for those bad boys. Then we have another cluster here of Crewe Alexandra, Oldham Athletic, Northampton Town, and Exeter. Now, Exeter are one of those sides that have been, knocking on the door for playoffs over the past few seasons. So I'm quite surprised to see how low they are in the bookmakers' odds. So they could be a dark horse to go out and sneak themselves up into promotion contention this season. Same deal with Northampton Town and Oldham. To be honest with you, both of those two sides were relegated in the same season. Obviously, Oldham had a bit of a turmoil, a bit of a crazy season last season, bringing in Paul Scholes as manager. He only lasted a couple of days, and then he decided to do one because I think a lot of the promises and all that kind of good stuff was not met, and he decided to jump ship now. And then Crewe Alexandra, obviously, they're in the mix. They're I don't expect too much of them. They seem to be investing too much. They seem to be just keeping their heads out of trouble and not really getting into promotion talk. So, I'm a little bit, if you're a betting man, I'm not a betting man, but if you are a betting man, Exeter, Northampton and Oldham, I think there could be more value in those. I think they could be a lot shorter odds, maybe into 15-1 to get themselves promoted. To be honest with you, I think Exeter are a decent side. Then we have a big old massive cluster of, I don't know how many teams we've got here, 8 or 9 teams here. Newport County, Carlisle, Leyton Orient and Colchester United, all 16-1 to get themselves promoted as champions in League Two. Those Newport County obviously were in the playoffs themselves. Leyton Orient got themselves promoted from the non-league, along with Salford. We'll talk more about them in a minute. Colchester United, obviously, they're a mid-table team, and if they can get their act together, they could get themselves back into the third tier as well. Carlisle as well, one of those teams that are a kind of a yo-yo team within this division and League One. And yeah, quite surprised to see Newport County as long odds as that. Obviously, Forest Green, Salford, Swindon, 14-1 for those bad boys. Salford obviously newly promoted themselves, but they've got the backing of the class of 92 or whatever it is, Beckham, the Nevilles, Scholes, and all that kind of good stuff. So they're kind of backing this club, and they could be outsiders, and you've seen it with Tranmere. They did it. They got themselves promoted back to back from the non-league to all the way to League One in successive seasons. It could happen for Salford as well. Forest Green, obviously, unfortunately, they were also in the playoffs and they got duped as well along the way. Walsall, they got relegated alongside Northampton, Oldham. Or did they? I can't remember. But anyway, they're 10-1 at the moment to get themselves promoted at the first attempt. Yeah, that's not bad odds. Into the top 3 now we go. We have Bradford, obviously, under the managerialship of ex-Blackburn Rovers manager Gary Bowyer. He was appointed manager towards back in the season. It was a long shot for them to get promoted, to stay up. And obviously it didn't work out for them, so they're down. And it's a strange old thing, Bradford, because in the season that Rovers were in the League One, they were in the mix. They were in the mix for automatic promotion as well, definitely playoff talk, and they fell off the face of the earth last season. And that's how football is. And it's the same goes to say with Scunthorpe United. They were a difficult side for Rovers to take out in the season in League One, and obviously they've struggled last season big time, and they fell into the oblivion to League Two. And there's Mansfield Town as well. They're also in the playoff chit chat as well, and they got themselves unfortunately they couldn't go all the way and get themselves promoted. Those 3 teams are 9-1 to go out and get themselves promoted, but the current bookies favourites, according to William Hill, is Plymouth Argyle. That's right, they are 8-1, just pipping Scunthorpe, Mansfield and Bradford, and that's fair enough. They do have some quality players at Plymouth that they could lose over the next few weeks. I think I think their midfielder Ramirez, or I don't know his name, but he is tipped to go to Swansea. Yeah, and what's his name? Don't they have Graham Carey as well? Decent player. Shouldn't be playing at this level. Should be playing at League One, maybe even Championship. So he could be up for grabs. Tony Mowbray, are you listening, Gaffer? But yeah, so currently Plymouth are the favourites with Scunthorpe, Mansfield and Bradford set to duke it out as well. What do you think will happen? These are not my opinions. I will give you my own verdict in a separate video come at the back end of July. But I want to know what you guys think will happen this season in 2019-2020 League 2 campaign. Do you think Plymouth will go all the way? Do you think they'll absolutely cruise this? Or do you think a team from the middle, maybe Salford, surprise us all and get themselves promoted at the first time of asking? Again, we are going to take a look back at these in the month of June and the month of July via William here. We'll see how those odds have lengthened or shortened and all that kind of good stuff. So we'll take a look at those bad boys. And before I let you get out of here, make sure you check out the description. Links to my other social media platforms are in there: Twitter, Facebook, and of course the hotly released Patreon page, boys and girls. And I also want to draw your attention to Twitch. I am going to be going live on Twitch in the month of June and July, predicting live on the cuff the outcomes of the games of the African Cup of Nations, the Gold Cup, and the Copa America. Woo. Going to be doing those live, but I'm also going to be there to answer any questions you want to talk about football. If you want to talk about League 2, if you want to talk about League 1, Championship, or even Scottish football, folks, I'll talk about Scottish football. You never know. I'll even talk about Spanish football, French football, whatever you want. Drop in one of those live sessions that are going to be over on Twitch. Link to that sucker in the old description below. And if you head over to that link, you'll see a whole schedule of when I should be going live. So, yeah. Excited, looking forward to that, and hopefully you can join me there. Anyway, folks, again, stick your own opinions about League 1, League 2, Championship, Premier League in the old comments section down below, what you think will happen in the upcoming season. It is early, I know it is, but those odds are going to change, and I'd like to see, it's going to be interesting to see how they develop as the transfer window gets busy, because it's the domino effect, folks, the domino effect. Once one of those big transfers happen, Graham Carey will be off, Josh Morris will be off, all these players are going to be out the window, and that's going to change those odds, and it's going to be interesting to see those pan out. But anyway, I'm going to let you get out of it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the thumbs up, and if you do, smash the subscribe. I'll be back again in some guys pretty soon, because it just rains videos here at Blackburn Rovers. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.